Hello, everyone. This is Lady K with Lady K Motivates. It has been very overdue since I have got in touch with my viewers, my fans, my haters, everybody. So I'm just excited to be on tonight. Um, Everything I do is through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, and I am just like I said in my post. I'm backed by God demand. I'm really excited about what's going on. I'm excited about I'm excited about the new wave and the new wave of women entrepreneurs, women bosses. And it just hit my spirit to really touch on a subject about being an asset. Being an asset. But before we get into this awesome topic on tonight, I just want to introduce the ladies that are on the screen. I will go ahead and introduce first. I'm gonna go ahead and how do I undo these mics? And while we're doing this, you guys, please tag and share. Um, so we can go ahead and get our numbers up. Like I said, I am just so excited on tonight because this topic is power packed. We are an asset to a lot of things, but do we know what an asset is? And do we know how valuable we are when we acquire what needs to be acquired mentally, physically, through our surroundings, through our employer, our job, our church? So we are going to get into this. Let me unmute the mic so the ladies can just say hello. I am so excited about having each of y'all on. Felicia, Allison, Lee. Deandra is coming on, you guys. So, hey, the flyer is what it is advertised to be. She will be on in about 5 to 10 minutes. But first, I will just go ahead and let Felicia explain who she is and how she got here, okay, on tonight.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. My name's Felicia Small. I am the owner of I&J Associates. We do a lot of consulting for businesses, taxes. We do a lot of event planning, do a lot of stuff. I am so grateful to be here. I thank God just led Kalana to touch her heart to talk to you guys tonight. I am honored to be here. I can't wait to dive in.
Yes. Next we have Allison, my sister from another mother. She is over Girl Talk. She is a degreed woman. She is just going to tell you a little bit about herself and her background.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Kay, for having me tonight. My name is Allison Parson, and as Kay previously stated, I am the founder of Girl Talk 31, which is basically a women's empowerment group that specifically focuses on healing and wellness from the inside out. I am also an author. I wrote my first book in March of 2020. It is called Dare Girl, and it can be found on Amazon. Shameless plug. Put my name in, Allison Parson, Dare Girl, and buy the book. And most recently, February of 2021 to be exact, I started my very first talk show, which is called the Hey Allie Show. There we focus on all types of things. The goal is to try to draw a very diverse crowd. We talk about everything from politics, love, relationships, trauma, spirituality, whatever it is. It is just my goal to encourage, inspire, and be an asset. How about that? Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then we have Lee McKnight. She's of Lee Creates. She is an awesome woman. She is a mother. And I'm just going to go ahead and read her bio. Okay. She's a Florida native. She graduated from one of the best HBCUs around Florida A&M University. Okay. Okay. She's a mother of two beautiful kids, a businesswoman specializing in hair care. Okay. Lee McKnight Creates consists of natural hair care, makeup, and photography. With over 20 years plus of experiences, Lee McKnight promotes a holistic lifestyle, mind, body, and spirit. So we're excited to have Lee on tonight. She has her own expertise, and I just want you to say something right quick.
I do want to thank you, Lady K, for that introduction. And I just want to thank you for including me on this panel and in this powerful discussion. I'm excited.
Yes, and I am excited to have you. We have Dee Dee joining us. She just put herself on mute to get her something to drink.
Yes. Come on, Dee Dee.
Hello.
But the time is now. I just want you to give a little background about yourself and your entrepreneur ship things you have going on right now. Shout out your business, shout out your family, shout out yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deandra Lightfoot. I am Kalana's sister-in-law. I have actually two businesses. I have a business here in Georgia. One is called Church Girls, which is a nonprofit organization, and the other is called Pusher Coach. Church Girls is a nonprofit organization that helps women and families get back on their feet if they have came across a hard time or anything like that. So we help them. In the future, we'll have a start over home where families can come and stay for 2 to 3 months to just help them, give them that boost once they fall on a hard time. Right now, we have a building called the Blessing Room where people can come in. It's kind of like the Goodwill, but everything in there is free. And they come in and shop and get essential items and things of that nature. So that's a little bit about myself. I have the best husband in the world. His name is Craig Lightfoot. I have
Yes.
Hey, husband now. Yes.
daughter. She is 11 years old, and we are just kind of walking in God's grace. So that's all about me.
Yes, and that is one of the topics. I just really want to dive into this. A lot of people they really don't know what an asset is. I'm sorry, y'all. I cut my finger earlier. But let me see if I pull out what I had. Being an asset to anything, you don't want to. I'm just gonna give some background information about this. It's so important for us as women to be assets. Being an asset to anything, it means that you're not at the bottom of the totem pole. You're not the least denominator. You're not the one that say, "Oh, we can cut her, we can cut him." You are the person. When you're an asset, you're the person that say, "Hey, everybody else can go, but that person has to stay. Everybody has to go, but no, she's needed. She's valuable." But before we could really go into acquisition and how to acquire things and how to move in that fashion, I really wanted to. The Holy Spirit had me to deal with the mind of it all, because before you go into acquiring, you can lose it all if you don't have a healthy mindset. And I kind of gave the ladies a free flow topic where they could just flow on tonight, but you have to have some things set. You have to get with a crowd of bosses, okay? Association is major, and you have to put yourself with some women, with some people that are doing the same thing better than you on your same level that you could really pull from. Then the Lord gave me the mind of a boss. You cannot, when you're coming from a low situation, you have to pick yourself up by saying, "Listen, how does the boss act? What does the boss do? How do I need to be looking when I leave the house? Things of that nature." And the self-esteem of a boss. If you're not confident in what you're doing in your business, nobody else is going to be. And that's just plain. Nobody else is gonna be. And then we're gonna discuss the grace of a boss. You have to know your position. You have to know if hair is something you do. Oh, that's good. Stay right there. Your job is not to sell cars, okay? Your job is to do hair. So we just have to know our birthright. We have to be bona fide and sure of what we are here to do. And we can only get that through divineness, through God, understanding our purpose and everything. So I want to know who wants to be the first to just flow on tonight. Allison, you ready?
Oh, how did I know you were gonna do that? Sure, why not? So I'll start, I guess, by saying ditto to everything you said. Today I definitely took some time to meditate on the topic and get my thoughts together as far as it relates to what we will be talking about tonight, as well as spoke with some other people, males and females, husbands and wives, just to find out what does it mean to be an asset, as it relates to relationships. I spoke with one of my friends who's a manager. What does it mean when you have a coworker or somebody on your team that's an asset? What does that mean? And I did that because I honestly feel like in everything we do, we should be a help. If I put my hand on it, it should be better because I'm a part. If I'm not an asset, if I'm not mistaken, the opposite of an asset would almost be a liability. Either you're going to be a help or a hindrance. So throughout the month of July and while we're doing this, it is my hope not only to be able to pour, but to be poured into as well, and just understand the importance of making sure that as women and as well women, we are, again, I say, everything that we do, everything that we touch becomes better because we are a part of it. Everything I do, I want to be an asset. I want to be a help. I want to be a help on my job. I want to be a help in my relationship. I want to be a help in my ministry. I want to be a help in my church. I don't want anything I touch to suffer because I'm a part of it.
Right.
So I think the goal here is and should definitely be for us to self-examine, but also, like I said, be able to pour and help other women understand that we have a responsibility too. We have a responsibility to make sure that whatever we're demanding in life, whatever it is that we are requesting, that we are giving that same thing. And I think sometimes that's where we get thrown off, especially as it relates to relationships. And I keep going there because we say it a lot as women and as colored women. It's almost become cliche. Excuse me. You got to be an asset. What you bring to the table? Well, I need to know. And we make these superficial lists, and we have all these requirements and all these requests, but we never stop to realize that we need to be making sure that we're able to bring our best self to the table, our best help to the table. And if we're not, the importance of knowing that it's okay to say, I'm not ready yet. I can't enter this relationship. I can't take the promotion. I can't do these things because I'm not ready to give what's required of me. I'm not ready to bring, I'm not ready to bring whatever it is I need to bring to the table. And, I think this is an amazing topic. You told me to start. So I just kind of free flowed with my thoughts as it relates to what being an asset is. But again, I will close or give it to somebody else by simply saying, for me, the revelation that I had today, and it did, I had to say, ouch, because I stepped on my own feet. I had to literally examine everything I'm a part of and literally ask myself, is this better because you're a part of it? Are you bringing to the table, or are you just eating? What are you bringing? And I feel like if we can consistently do inventory and ask ourselves those questions, then the world will be better. The world, how much better could the world be if we all could be a help to each other? You know what I mean?
Right. And
I digress because I am a motor mouth. I left that part out as well.
You're good. You're good. I think the Clark sister said it best, is my living in vain. And whatever we're
Right,
a part
absolutely.
of, like whatever we're doing, we don't want to be mediocre. We don't just want to be like, oh, I was there. We want to, in everything we do, we want to show up and show out. And we have to have those realistic expectations. It's just like if we want to be with somebody and they don't have a car, but we have a car, and they don't have a job. It's like, what are we doing? Like, what, you have to have a standard. And I think when you get into the mind of what do I bring to the table, how am I exit, those type of things are really, they can tug at you, and you be like, listen, I got to get myself together. I got to get myself together because I need to revise my standard for myself, for my life, for my community, who I have around me, so I can properly move forward. So, Lisa, I will let you go into the grace of a boss.
Wait, because I need to piggyback off Allison.
Okay.
Listen, when God created women, he created them to be a helpmate. Right. And I think we all get that confused at times because we're so independent. We don't need a man to do this. We don't need a man to do that, and then when we get a man that's supposed to be doing leading and guiding, we forget that we're supposed to help him and push him higher. So right. An asset, in a relationship, assets like that, you have to remember that you are created to be an asset.
Yes.
So I had to take that off that real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Good.
Yes, but we definitely are created to be an asset. You wanted to pick up on it, Leah or Dee?
No, I mean, we can go into grace. Grace is fine.
Okay, I guess grace is my topic. When you think about how Jesus gives you grace every day to wake up, and every day he gives you grace to push yourself higher and to become a helpmate. Like we have to look at things and in a spiritual way too, not just in a natural way. We have to look at ourselves like, okay, I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. I think the best asset person I can relate to in the Bible is Ruth, because Ruth, she wanted to be an asset. She was working in the field before she got Boaz. Like Boaz wasn't even trying to get a husband. She was just trying to do the work to get where she needed to go. Right. Like we gotta be able to stand on our own 2 feet.
Right.
That's my take.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to be able to stand on our own 2 feet, but I also want to focus in on, we have to know what we are called to do. Don't be razzled that you know how to do something that somebody doesn't, or you do the same thing. Like some people, Lee, she does makeup. So if God gave you the gift to do makeup, don't be razzled by it. You just do it how you do it. She's gonna do it how she do it. It's multiple churches, it's multiple nail shops, it's multiple car dealerships. Listen, it is a lot of people doing the same thing. But if God is giving you that, do that. But you have to stand on what what God has designed you to do. You have to know your lane. You can't do everything. And I like to tell people, they'll come to me and say, well, I'm good at this, and this, and all the stuff is mismatch. And you all know what I'm talking about. They're good at selling, then they're good at writing grants, it's just a jambalaya. You have to have something to make sense, and it'll take you where you need to go. Okay? You don't need to have 5 businesses or 5 different things. Hone in on 2 of those things and leave the rest alone, because it'll take up a lot of undesired time when you could be really focusing on your grace and what you need to do. This is going to solidify you and being an asset, because if you don't know, if you're confused in these first preliminary steps, you're not going to get to the real value of your of you being valuable. You're not going to get to that. You're just going to know a standard, but you're not going to get to a real place of value. So I'm going to have Lee Creates go ahead next and talk to us.
All right. So my assignment was about the crowd of a boss. What does the crowd of a boss look like? So I wanted to focus on the positive sides of what a crowd looks like. And I don't know about your crowd, but my crowd is filled with bosses. They're filled with people that are assets and not liabilities. Thank you, Allison.
Yes.
And then people that actually support me. Even somebody that I could just call and vent to on a day when I've had a bad day. There's nothing like just being able to release everything that's balled up, because as a boss, you really don't have people that you can really talk to as much. Also, the circle is small. It's very small. And it took a while for me to get that, just because I do hair or I interact with a lot of people doesn't mean that they're in my immediate circle.
Right.
So
Right.
it's so prevalent to just have those people that you can call on, that you can vent to. And also my business colleagues, of course, they're bosses. Like, I wouldn't be around them or doing business with them if they weren't. And I also want to talk about how family, they may be in your immediate circle, they may be part of the crowd, but not all your family is going to be rooting for you. Not all your family is going to and I'm just being honest, like
You get my support from strangers.
yes, from strangers. That's how I see it. So what else did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to get to the law of attraction. What you put out and what you manifest, what you pray and what you meditate on, and say that you want to change your circle. You have to put that out there. You have to know who you want to be around. And once you put that out in the atmosphere, then those like-minded people will come. They will come into your circle.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And a lot of people, they don't understand that we like to keep our hands balled up so much. But in order to receive, we have to give. It's about all what we put out. So if we put out the positivity, if we put out, hey, I'm looking for a job, if we put it out there that, hey, I need my hair done, my nails done, we put that post out on Facebook, it's 60 people gonna respond. That's a good example. It's all in what you put out. And if you don't make, especially in entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is hard, okay? You learning stuff every day. You learning how to deal with all these type of people, whether low class, middle class, high class. I mean, it's something new. It's always something else trending, and you have to stay on top of your stuff. So it's like, this is not for the faint at heart. And if you don't put the plow to the ground, if you don't make the connections, if you don't talk to yourself in the mirror and say, I can do it today, I'm starting over. You really have to talk to yourself and get it going. But this is not for the faint at heart. And to make moves in a positive direction, you have to put yourself around people that are making moves too. Because as long as you keep going forward, something's gonna latch on to you that's gonna be positive. Okay. And that's that law of attraction thing. You can't put out all this good, and good does not hit you one day. It just does not work like that. Did any of you ladies want to say something else? Allie, Fifi, Didi?
I agree. I was just thinking when you guys were talking about guarding your circle, excuse me. And what I mean about guarding your circle is an entrepreneur has to be very careful of the people that you allow around you. Because some people will gravitate to you so that they can get what you have.
Mm.
Some people will gravitate to you to steal your vision. Some people will gravitate to you because they're jealous of you. So it's very, very important. One of my coaches, I'm a coach, but I have a coach. And my coach, she always tells me that you have to guard your gift. You have to guard what God, the vision that given you, because it's so important that people that's trying, and I call them people that's all over the place. An entrepreneur that is like Lady K said, I'm good at doing hair, I'm good at doing nails, I can do flyers, I can do this. And me as a coach, I tell my people, you have to stay focused. You have to focus on one thing, because if you begin to put your hand in this, put your hand in that, put your hand in this, you're all over the place. And I am a firm believer of order. And I believe that God does not design us to be all over the place. God is a God of order. So with that being said, he lays out order for us. I have this thing every morning that I give myself affirmation. I tell myself I can do this. I tell myself, you know what? I'm more than a conqueror. I said, God is not going to put more on me than I can bear. God, if it's for me to get this grant, God, if it's for me to move in this direction, show me how to move so that I won't be moving out of season. I'm a firm believer. Position is everything. So when God puts you in a position, that's the position that you need to be in, because that's the blessing of the Lord. That is what I believe. I'm gonna stop, but those are my
no. Keep going.
Didi, you done woke out of bed. You done popped up like a cricket. And you are rolling. You hear me?
Come on, Didi, take us home.
So that is my belief. I just want, and I'm a part of a group that women down here in Georgia, and I am just really believing and praying that, God connects everyone in the right connection, because sometimes we can get in a connection and it can be the wrong connection. Right. I believe Jada Pinkett was talking a few months about an entanglement. I just believe that we need to be in the right entanglement. So that we can see the manifestations of God and what God has for us and push us to our next level. I preached a few weeks ago about us being in arm reach of what God has for us. And I believe that every lady on this line, you guys are in arm reach of what God is calling you to do. You're in arm reach of what God has for you, because the thing about it is we're in the right position, because position is everything. So you guys just, as being a boss, you just have to understand these three things. And I'm showing y'all my book. My sister-in-law will tell y'all about it. But I believe that these three things are what God is calling us for in this hour. And it's called prayer, fast, and then execute. Because without prayer, you can't get the direction of God.
Right.
Without fasting, you can't hear what God is saying. After you do those two things, then it's time to execute the plan that the Lord put before you. So I believe that you ladies, just if you hold on to that and stay connected with the right people, there's no good thing that God will withhold from you.
Right. Didi, you never talk this much. I'm just what's the power now?
I really just got off a prayer line and I was in my room just going in. So when you called me the first time, I said, "Okay, I'm encouraging a young lady," and then I laid back down, and then the Lord just wouldn't let me go to sleep. So I was talking to my best friend, and we were just talking about entrepreneurship. And I said, "Oh my God, I can't abort my assignment!" So I jumped up and got ready and came on.
Can you talk a little bit about the self-esteem of a boss? How your confidence in your business is gonna,
Yes. So I did. When Lady K sent me the self-esteem of a boss, I was like, God, that can help us in so many areas, because first of all, what happens is God puts us in a platform of people, platform of women that begin to follow us. So I am very careful about what I post on Facebook. The reason I am is because people are looking up to us as leaders, as Black entrepreneurs, as women who have ourselves together. So with that being said, the self-esteem of a boss is so important, because you have a cloud of women following you. And if you're up and down within your self-esteem, then I can't follow you.
That's
I
good.
can't follow you because you don't know where you're going.
Right.
I have 9 ladies that follow me in my coaching. And I tell them all the time, don't post out of your emotions.
Right.
Don't post out of your feelings. Because once you post out of your feelings, number one, that's doing 2 things, I believe. That's messing up your audience, and that's giving the devil room to attack
Right.
you.
Right.
So I believe that you must have affirmations, ladies, speaking over yourself, telling yourself, you know what? I am more than a conqueror. Devil, you are a liar. I'm going to exceed this. When it comes to an entrepreneur woman and being married, having children, you have to be so careful because your husband is still the leader. He's still the leader, but you have to be able to walk into your authority. So my pastor over my house. So even though I'm an entrepreneur, even though I'm a boss, even though I'm all of this, I still have to fall under the leadership of Craig Lightfoot because that is order. So within building self-esteem, within going throughout your day, within building your brand, you have to make sure all the time that you're in order with what God has for you. When you have those days, because we're women, we have those days, we're emotional, we're all over the place. Sometimes we feel pretty, sometimes we feel ugly. Sometimes we feel like we're fine, sometimes we feel like we're fat. That's the thing that come with being a woman. But to immediately speak over yourself. I tell myself all the time, because I was in an abusive relationship. My daughter's father, he used to beat me. He used to take my money. He used to do all of those things to me. So when I met my husband, I was at a broken place. But before I met my husband, God had to do some within healing with me. So when my husband got here, all he had to do was kind of put the Band-Aid over and help me until the scab got there. So you have to position yourself in a place where you say, I'm building my self-confidence. I'm taking care of my mental. I'm taking care of the person that God has called me to be, because Black women sometimes hide the mental problem that we have. You understand? And it's not, oh, we're crazy. No, we deal with things that was passed down in our generation that we didn't even ask for.
Right.
Yeah.
For example, sometimes I can have a bad attitude and I'm the sweetest person, but I get it from my mama. That's just honesty. Because sometimes my mama can pop out and she gets it from her mama. So you know what my prayer is when I come into my prayer room in the morning time? God, cover my attitude. God, let me speak well of my husband. Let me encourage my husband. Let me boost him up. So that way, all of that ties in within being an entrepreneur, having good attitude, building your self-esteem, speaking over your business, praying for yourself. All of that in lines with what Kalana asked me to talk about. And I'm shutting up now.
Listen. I think people don't really think about self-care. I do that a lot. I don't take care of myself a lot because I'm trying to put the kids in front of. I'm trying to put, I'm trying to do this for the business, trying to do that. I'm trying to run over here for the house. I'm trying to do this for the church. You get tired. You have to constantly be in that mindset of, Lord, help me to take care of myself too.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And you have to take some time with yourself. I used to be just like that. I would take care of the church, take care of my sisters because I'm the oldest, take care of my daughter, take care of men, just being honest, take care of men because I wanted a husband, taking care of all of this stuff and missing out on who I am. Because you can't be a successful entrepreneur if your hair looking raggedy, your nails looking raggedy. Me and my sister-in-law, we talk all the time. And she's saying, Didi, I got my lace done. I got this done. And I'm pushing her because I want her to see that Kalana has a brilliant mind. That Kalana can be more than you know what I mean? So we just have to connect with each other to push that. Girl, go get your hair done. Kalana, you better be in the nail shop. You know what I mean? That's just what her and our relationship is. So you have to take care of yourself before you can be anything to anyone else.
Right.
I just totally agree with that.
Right. And I'm glad because a lot of people think self-confidence isn't a big deal and having that type of balance in your life, but it is, because you will be walking around with bags under your eyes. You don't even know it. You walking around, you just in like a twilight zone or a zombie zone, because again, you're taking care of everybody else under everybody else's obligation but your own. And then that goes back to having a list. I used to be so unplanned. So unplanned.
That's
so unplanned. I used to miss doctor's appointments, my children missing their dental appointments because I simply did not write things down. I didn't put it in my phone, didn't put it in my calendar. I'm late everywhere I go, and I'm still late everywhere I go, but I write down my appointments, okay? Because that helps you to get in a time. Like my life, I honor my agenda. You will go places, and the doctor after 15 minutes or so, maybe 10, they'll say, "Listen, you can't come." Anybody serious about their craft, they have a grace period, and they're gonna say, "Listen, you know, you're a good client. I know I'm gonna get paid today, but you can't come because you didn't honor that time." And we're gonna talk about that later on in the month. But you have to, in order to be an asset, with any business, you have to say, "Hey, I'm valuable. This is my price."
And you have to make people. I don't know how many of you ladies sell things on here, do hair, do makeup, whatever your business is, but you have to make people, especially the people that are around you, honor your cost. Because people around you that that's Lady K, that's Kalana, I went to school with her. No, baby, I still have a business. It costs me. You need to respect my prices, and because I'm telling y'all, your homegirls, your sisters, they try to come up on you talking about, "Hey, Didi," they do it to me all the time. "Hey, can I get this book $8? No, ma'am, my book is $15 because I have to pay to get this book.
Right. I know that's right.
Yeah, you have to make people respect the prices.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like, dang, I need to let them slide, but ain't nobody else letting nobody else slide.
That's true. Now that is true.
Nobody else is sliding, and that's what comes with being valuable, being an asset. I wanted to give some synonyms for asset just for you all to get this in your spirit, to the viewers, to the panelists. Listen, an asset is a useful or valuable thing, person, or quantity. A synonyms for asset is benefit, advantage, blessing, strength, talent, gift. Property owned by a person or a company regarded as value and available to meet your debts or commitments or legacies. Listen, later on in the month, we're going to get into how, we as women, we want, a doctor, but we don't even have a high school diploma. Or we want a job at the bank, but we don't even know what a credit score is. We have to get better. We have to understand that these things don't come by chance. These things come by decision making. Good decision making. Good decision making will get you where you need to be. And I am the poster child for good and bad decision making. So what I do know is that when you change your mindset, you change your decisions, your life will shift. No, it will not happen overnight, but it will, it'll shift. Nothing happens overnight. It happens by getting into a mode of doing it over and over and over again. The right thing. Over and over and over. The right thing. Over and over and over again. And then God will bless your mission and whatever you're doing and add abundance on it. Does anybody want to say anything in closing? You guys?
Ooh, I guess I'll go first because let's close it out. I'm tired. I've been up since 5:00 this morning, y'all. I got a new lifestyle, so I'm trying to adjust. And in an adjustment, we all pray for Boaz. We all pray for, getting this. I need this on my side. But I when I got it, I realized something. Y'all.
What you realize?
like you still gotta work. Like I still gotta work. I still gotta be an asset to everything, including him too. You know what I'm saying? So the assets, Jesus gives you a little by little. He gives you a little bit. And you master that, and then he give you a little bit more, and then you master that, and he give you a little bit more. You just have to keep maintaining self-care, still help, still go hard, and guide yourself to being a good person that you feel like you're not a liability to anybody. Like, and your crowd, when you get around your friends and when you get around the people that you think is good for you, you need to ask God for discernment. Is this person good for me? Because everybody, like Dee said, everybody ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? They come with they mask on. So you think they're good for you, but they ain't good for you. So, continue to pray, fast, and execute.
Yes. And it's all about, like I said, this is the foundational, this is the first show of the becoming an asset, being an asset, not being a liability, Allison. Thank you so much. Because we want to stop being liable of anything. We want to always be valuable. We want to always be the person thought of for, listen, she's going to have my back. Listen, she's going to be here. She might not be on time, but she going to make it. She's going to support. She's going to get the team together. And at the end of the day, an asset is a leader. Even the Bible says, many are called, few are chosen. So you have to know, everybody can't be a chief.
That's true.
Right.
Everybody can't be, and that's okay. And like I said, it's okay. Some people are just born natural leaders, and some people are just, you just tell them what to do and they can do it. But I really feel like you girls, you women are chiefs, and that we are really going somewhere. And a lot of people need to hear that an asset is not bad. Maybe they hadn't thought of themselves as an asset. But listen, this month we are going to break this subject all the way down, because I feel like it is much needed. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of entrepreneurs are not valuing themselves as they should. They're not keeping their standard where they should. They're not demanding their true price like they should. They don't have their social media and everything together as they should, because when you ask people for a certain price, it's a certain excellence that comes with that. Okay, you can't just charge a certain thing and you get, people can't even answer the phone for you. It's just too much. We don't have to hunt you down. Allie, you want to say something?
First of all, I want to apologize for all the moving that I'm doing. I chose the most uncomfortable chair to sit in tonight, but I promise I will have less ADHD next week. Secondly, I guess if I had to say anything at closing, I will go back to a lot of what was talked about tonight. Went back to the foundation of self-care and wellness, and of course, I'm really passionate about that. Because even in my professional field, I did leave that out. My bachelor's in sociology, and I have several hours. I need y'all pray I finish school. I need to go ahead and finish my master's in professional counseling. And so I'm really big on wellness, and it was just really good to hear that tonight. I think that was perfect for the foundation, because the truth of the matter is, if I'm not well for me, I can't be well for anybody else. If I'm not well, I can't even, we talk about gifts and callings and what we're called to do and who we're called to be. If I'm not well mentally, I'm not even in a place where I can hear God and his plans concerning my life. So I think step one is what I try to do, especially when I have been a horrible self-care taker. And it's crazy because I have been such an amazing therapist throughout my professional career. I've been such an amazing counselor and have done, and I'm not bragging, I'm just being honest, an amazing job with helping other people to cross and get to places I could not get to myself. And so in the last year or so, God has really taken me through And when I say that, I mean he has literally stripped me and taken me through a season of teaching me how to care for myself. So the last few months of my life have been spent with nothing. He has literally stripped me to the point where I have just had to only focus on taking care of me. I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to do anything. So I appreciate him for giving me that time to teach me how to line up my schedule. Somebody talked about that. How to develop the lifestyle change I wanted, how to develop the type of diet I wanted. Just all of these things that I've been able to do to see effective change as it relates to me. So now I can stand again and say, now I can be an asset, not because of what I know, but now because of what I've experienced, thus making my value even higher now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I just want to encourage all of the women tonight watching, men, if you are watching too, that the first step in becoming an asset is taking care of yourself, becoming one with yourself, becoming one with God and yourself, and becoming in touch with yourself so that you can recognize what it is that you are called to do and be able to go out. I hate to sound churchy, but I'm a preacher's daughter. Be able to go out into the vineyard and do the things we need to do. The harvest is great, but the laborers are few.
Come on.
So it's up to us to be our best selves so we can help others become the assets that we are, and that all of you wonderful women on the panel with me are as well. Thank y'all so much for having me, and I'm definitely looking forward to next week.
Yes, and I just want to say that a lot of us have dealt with levels of toxicity, but that was yesterday. That was an hour ago. That was last year. That was the year before that. Just because you accepted that doesn't mean moving forward that you're going to continue to accept that.
Right.
And what I want to say in the end, because it's my goal, it's my prayer that at the end of this month, things that you have been accepting, you will let go of. Yes, people are going to say you're acting funny. Yes, people are going to say, oh, you didn't answer my call. Well, girl, I really had to focus in on what I was doing. I really had to go ahead and set up my LLC. I really had to call and get my student loans deferred because they will take my taxes. Like, I am trying to get my life in order.
I'm just trying to take care of me.
And when you are in the process of getting yourself in order, I'm telling you, devils and goblins will come. But this is going to be the month for some women, for some men, for whoever watching to get themselves in order, because opposition will come. Opposition will come, and I'm going to say it one more time. Opposition will come, but you must pass the test. Thank you, Felicia Lee of Lee McKnight Creates. Thank you, Dee Dee of Church Girls. Thank you, Allison of Girl Talk. I am just so I'm so honored to have you ladies on. I know each show will keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. And we got to continue to share and tag some women in, because we need to know again that we're valuable. We have standards, and anything that we are involved in, we are valuable. So thank you guys for joining, and we are going to end this show for tonight. Thank you so much, you guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.